Welcome to the Gadabout Dad. Today I'm off to a theme park. I'm going to travel there via plane. The big question is, can I get there before park opening? And can I get on that first ride with a very minimal queue? Come and join me to find out. Here at Manchester Airport, Terminal 1 at ungodly o'clock to get onto our flight going over to Rios in Spain to go to PORTAVENTURA theme park. Just nipped into the grain loft to have a little bit of breakfast, but yeah, so tired again. It's such an early flight, but it does mean I get a full day in the theme park, so that should be good. I went to bed at 9 o'clock yesterday, so I've had 4.5 hours sleep, so it's not too bad, but yeah, very early, very tired, very hungry, so let's have some breakfast. $15.99, let's tuck in. Quite enjoying the music, but it's a bit early for all these banging tunes. Taking the two of them, and they're getting on so well already. It's going to be a great trip. £4.19, a pound. Should have just gone for the pound. I can't wait till they allow more liquids through, because £4.19 for a bottle of Coke out of WH Smith's is just ridiculous. I'm not made of money. Relax those rules. Let us bring more liquids in. They're going to bankrupt me, these shops. There's today's plane. That was an absolute load of faff. Because our boarding cards are being printed double-sided by the printer, it caused no end of confusion trying to scan it through. Because he scanned Zoe's, but looked at my passport, and then he couldn't understand why one had gone through, why it was saying we couldn't board. It was just an absolute shambles. So it's taken us about 10 minutes to scan our cards, because he couldn't really understand that he'd scanned one, but looked at the other's passport, but he needed to do the reverse for the second one. But join us on the flight. I think this jet bridge might be sponsored. I'm not quite sure what gives me that impression. This flight is packed today, but anyway, at least we're on the 3-3 configuration. We've got overhead lights and we've got air conditioning, because I can feel it blowing on my face, so isn't that amazing? Just waiting for takeoff now. Quite stressful getting on here today, just because of that mix up with the tickets, and he was determined that we were already both booked on, it was the same ticket, so it was all a bit. But anyway, we're here, ready to go, ready for our 5 to 6 takeoff here from Manchester Terminal 1.
Ahora le explicaremos las instrucciones de seguridad en este avión. Preste atención a las señales luminosas y a las instrucciones del personal de a bordo. La ubicación de las salidas de emergencia
every single word, obviously.
Instrucciones de seguridad.
I can translate for you now.
Well, I can do that.
Every single word, translation.
Desde arriba. Tire de una máscara
Arriba.
hacia usted para iniciar el oxígeno.
What it is about a galley, no matter how small, I do love them. I just love looking around, having a little nosy, wondering what's in all these cabinets. Do absolutely love it. There's 2 toilets here at the back. One's got the jump seat in, and the other one is at the end, and it is very small. Take you in, give you a quick look around. EasyJet toilet, what you'd expect really. There's a little baby tray. Suppose is what you'd expect. A nice big mirror, an unusually big mirror. There's a little seat there, but that looks like it's seen better days. Hope to repair the engines a little bit neater than that. Another mirror. So yeah, it's what you'd expect. It's quite small, but then again, 2-hour flight. What can you expect? I do love that the soap in the toilet is in the Harrods font, but it's Horsley's foaming soap, but the lighting's quite nice. So yeah, it's your standard toilet here on EasyJet. But yeah, as I say, do absolutely love the galley. I love these tiny galley windows. am so obsessed. I really am obsessed. I wanted to be cabin crew when I was younger, but never had the balls to go for it. Ended up teaching instead. Blah. Rather than being ignored in a classroom by 30 kids for 5 hours a day, I could have just been standing on a flight giving a safety brief and being ignored by 200 people a couple of times a day. Swings and roundabouts, really. So my two sleeping beauties are getting a little bit of shut-eye before we hit PORTAVENTURA. Ooh, I hope they're going to be a bit more lively then, because for some reason I'm wide awake. Because I had 4 hours sleep. Hurrah! About 30 minutes into the flight and refreshments are being offered. And there's somebody playing music on the phone and they want us all to listen to it, obviously, because why wouldn't you? How annoying. Sat in row 30 today, so right near the back. Seats are quite comfortable. I finally managed to lift that armrest up, which I didn't realise you could, so that's a little bit of good news. Not going to get anything to eat or drink. Bought some rather expensive drinks in the airport, as I think you've probably already seen. So yeah, nice and comfortable, nice and breezy, lovely takeoff, and so far a very smooth flight. We're about 45 minutes in, so yeah, so far so good. I may have been a little bit naughty. I hope no one from EasyJet is watching, because yes, my bag is in the locker. Didn't pay for that. Don't charge me retrospectively. I know you're going to hunt me down for that couple of quid. Standard tray table. Obviously no in-flight entertainment, unless you count this. But I think those tables might be quite comfortable, because my sleeping prince there is quite enjoying his little sleep. My first Ola of the holiday here in Rios, or Rios, I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. Here's the A320 we've just arrived in. It's feeling nice and warm. I'm very, very overdressed. Rios Airport. I do love planes. There's someone who loves planes. Not. That was your typical EasyJet flight. It was good enough. It was only 2 hours, 5 minutes. So, you know, the seats are slightly cramped, but it doesn't really matter. You're not on there for very long. And we're here in Rios. Just got to work out now how we get to the El Paso Hotel to start our theme park adventure for Easter 2025. Let's go. We're just getting led across the airport to passport control. It's quite a walk to passport control. Definitely wearing too many layers. That's what happens when you fly a cheap airline. You put too many layers on. We are not Schengen, so off we go. People along the way to stop us from going the wrong way. Here we go to arrivals. One-way corridor. Being sat near the back meant that we were the first ones out here to the carousel, but we've got no bags to pick up, so we can just go straight through. So yeah, that's worked out quite well.
I think we're going here. PORTAVENTURA. Look at how big this park is. There's a plane over there. Getting an Uber to PORTAVENTURA. Or not.
There's no Uber. There's no Uber. We're going to have to get a taxi. Getting through the airport was really easy. Once you leave passport control, you pick your bags up if you've got any. You go through and then you are just outside. The doors lead straight outside. Tried to pick up an Uber. There doesn't appear to be an Uber here. It just says no lifts available. So jumped a taxi. 33 euros from the airport to the El Paso Resort in PORTAVENTURA. So we're just on our way. Should be there in between 10 and 15 minutes. Can't wait. I can see something over way there in the distance. I think that's where we're heading. In fact, I'm 100% sure that's where we're heading. And it's on the sign as well. first queue of the holiday. Our flight appears to have landed at the same time as the park opening, so unfortunately we got here, we've been faced with this. Hopefully there's not too much of a wait, but we'll see. That sign there tells us we're turning off, but everyone's queuing to get in the park. We are here for the second day, so I suppose it was always bound to be busy. A little bit closer. "38 years since I was last in Salou, and I can see something ahead which is making me very happy." Can you see that, Zoe? Charlie? Be hard pressed to miss it really, wouldn't you? Apparently people get in the wrong lane trying to push in for parking, so they all ended up in the hotel lane. So yeah, a bit of a wait there. Apparently it happens every year, so I think we picked a very busy time to come. Although the park map says it's not too busy this time of year, we'll find out. There's another queue to get into the hotel grounds. Currently here in the queue at the old El Paso. Checked in online, so I thought that was going to make things a little bit quicker. So we're in the express check-in online counter. There's 2 people on this counter, and the queue's quite big. The queue for the normal check-in counter is a little bit bigger, but they've got an extra 2 staff. So I really don't think you're saving any time by checking online. Just check in when you get here. But it's bedlam here today. It's just, this is not a nice experience so far. I hope this improves. Oh, they've just put an extra person on. Things are looking up. You might want to drop your bags off and go straight to the park, even though you can't get into your room yet. Then it opens like that. So here we are in the park, travelling to the first ride. Am I going to get there with minimal weight? And I think this tells you all you need to know. Bye for now.